What's up, guys? How's it going? Q Studios here. Today's video is to show how to quickly set up Flutter. I'm not gonna go through step by step. I'm just gonna show the tools that I use to set up my workflow with Flutter and what I use for working. So I'm gonna show the tools. You're gonna um, follow the tutorials, the instructions that are on the website, the documentation for those tools, and that's the purpose of this video. Okay, the first thing that you're gonna use is the homebrew. If you're using MacBook or Linux, Linux you can install via sudo apt-get, but you can also use Chocolate on Windows. So if you type Chocolate, you can find the Chocolate library on Windows to use and install FVM. We're gonna need this package manager for Windows or for Mac OS because we're gonna start to install the FVM, the Flutter version management. I recommend use this tool or Puro. I think it's Puro, the name of the tool. You have those two tools to use. I'm currently using FVM, but you can also use Puro to do this management of your version of Flutter. But yeah, you're gonna go to the steps, how to get started, how to install, how to configure, how to install through macOS. You can use Brew to install the FVM, to install the versions that you need, how to global activate, and etc. But also, we're gonna need to have Android Studio. I recommend to install the tool if you want to use the Android Studio today. In the day that I'm currently recording this video, the tool is very good to use with Flutter. They made some updates on at the interface, so you can use with a good interface for development. Yep, is the main tool that you're going to use to configure SDK, Android SDK, some VMs that you're going to need to simulate the Android, and etc. Also, if you're using macOS, you're gonna need to install Xcode. So don't forget to use Xcode and install it for testing on iOS, debugging, and etc. Beside that, I have some recommendations if you're going to use VS Code. These are not all the tools that I use. I have more, but those ones I use. So you have this PubSpec assist. It will help you to add new dependencies at your project. So if you're going to use a dev dependency or a normal dependency, you can use PubSpec assist to add to your project and do a pub-get to download all the dependencies. I recommend before using all these tools, study the Flutter documentation, the Dart documentation before you use this setup, because you're gonna need to understand what those tools do before using it. Okay. The error lanes is basically what the name says. It will help you to show the errors in the specific lines. Flutter tree helps you to display the project itself, the Flutter tree itself. So we're going to show how the widgets are disposed at the hierarchy. Bracket Percolizer now is the full by VS Code. You can just configure enable or disable. Now you don't need to install this extension anymore. Dart data class generator. I do recommend have one of the extensions that do that, but if you can study a pattern to substitute those kind of generator data class would be better, because you're going to have a better tool and you can create a snippet on the pattern that you have studied. So you're not gonna need to keep using the data class to just generate the to JSON from map to map from JSON, those kind of functions that you generate with that Dart data class. You can just use like adapter pattern to adapt the data that you need. Also, the Flutter stylizer. I don't remember, being honest with you, with yours. I don't remember what this extension does. Probably something that helps us to debug the how the code is displayed, how to display the code, the Flutter code. You have the basic one that is the Flutter extension that you're going to need to debug and run the project. So you need to do before install all of those extensions, you're gonna need to use Flutter. With that, you have the better comments. It's a simple tool, color highlight, markdown linked. It will help you to create a good documentation, readme markdown. And JSON to Dart model. Again, as I said, it would be better if you study a pattern to do this kind of implementation instead of using this extension. But if you want to use the extension, feel free. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the basic setup that I use for development for Flutter. I've also used GitHub, Git for version management. It will depend if your company use Bitbucket, GitHub, GitLab, but you can manage all of that with using Git. So remember to use one of the package management, Chocolate or Brew to install that, and I'll be fine. Okay. I think that's all for this video. Have a nice day and bye.